Hi, and welcome to today's ab core circuit workout. It's going to be a 33-minute workout total. I'm using a Tabata timer app, and I'm setting it for, it'll be reverse for you, but 55 seconds of work and 5 seconds of rest. If that's too much for you, you can just do as much of that 55 seconds as you can, and then rest until we do the next exercise. If it's too easy, add ankle weights. All right, let's go. The first move is going to be a leg raise. And you can keep your head lifted if that's comfortable. If your neck hurts, you can lay it down on the floor, or you can also support your head with a little bit of elevation with a pillow. You want to lower your legs as low as you can go without the lower back popping up off the floor. Slow and controlled. If you want to do reps instead of time, you can also do 20 reps of everything, or less or more depending upon what you need to challenge yourself. Okay, next move is going to be a reverse crunch. So we've got those 5 seconds of rest, and here we go. You can push up with your hands to get a little more height, but make sure that you're controlling down with your abs. You can have your hands underneath your tush like I have. You can also put them here. If you have something to grab onto, like under a couch or something you can also hold there. That tends to be the most challenging. Should start to feel a little burn going on. That's good. Means the abs are working. Next move is going to be flipping over. We're going to do a plank with leg lifts. So right here, you want to keep the hips level. Like when you come up, you don't want to turn the hip out, and just squeeze your butt and lift your leg only as high as it will go without turning the hip. You want to keep a tuck in the abs. Like you don't want to be arching your back. You want a nice flat back, just the slight natural curve of the lower spine, and your head should not be arching up or dropping down. You want to keep the neck in that natural alignment with the spine. Starting to shake. All right, next is a bicycle oblique. So hands behind your fingertips, behind your head. Extend one leg out, nice and low to the ground. The lower you go, the more of a challenge. If you need to be up here, that's fine. Do what you can do. Make sure you're twisting your elbow to the outside of the opposite knee without pulling on your head. Keep a space of about a softball between your chin and your chest. Top of the opposite rib, squeezing towards the opposite hip. Next we have bridges. This is giving the abs a little bit of a break, but we're still working the core. The abs are stabilizing. We're getting some glutes into the action. Pushing through the heels. Get that nice little bit of a tuck so you can feel the glutes work even more. pause at the top. As soon as you get to the bottom, it's like there's a tack on the floor. You pop right back up. And once you listen through and you've got the form down on all of these, feel free to mute the video and just watch and put on your own music and go to town, whatever music motivates you. All right, next is a Russian twist. So I'm going to be using a medicine ball. I'm balancing on my butt. You can have your heels on the ground, and you can also do it without a medicine ball. You can just twist side to side. This is a 6-pound medicine ball. Feel free to use whatever weight challenges you. Twist, twist, getting those obliques. And the muscle that's holding you in position are transverse abdominals, and those are really important to train. They protect your lower back, and then we're also getting that dynamic move on top of the obliques. Okay, last move of the circuit, center, side, center crunches. So you come to center, side, center, and side. Be very careful not to pull on your head. That softball between your chin and your chest. Fingertips behind your head. Really twist hard to get that elbow to the outside of the opposite knee if you can. If you're not there, just do as close as you can. You'll find over time, you'll get more and more range of motion. Keep going. Get that tailbone up off the floor. Okay, so that's the end of the circuit. You can rest 30 to 60 seconds. You can press pause on the video right now if you want to, but we're going to go back to the top, to the leg raises, work all the way through again. Whew, okay, here we go. Come on down, and this set will feel different. Muscles are all warmed up. Now it's time to burn them out now. Just really be mindful of the lower back. If it feels like it's popping up off the floor here, then that's as low as you go. If you can go all the way, go all the way. If you want to add another dimension, come out at the bottom, in, up, and also you can pop at the top, down. And of course there's always ankle weights. This is just fine for me. All right, 5-second break. We've got reverse crunches next. Let's go. Muscles should be burning. Starting to get a little glow going on. I don't sweat, I glow, right? Caught my shoulders trying to pop up there. It's really tempting to push through and pop the shoulders up. Really try to press them into the floor. Keep your neck out of it. Keep on going till we hear the bell. Whew. Okay, flipping over for the plank leg raises. Body in a nice straight line. You want to make sure that the elbows are right underneath the shoulder. You don't want to be too far this way. That's making it unnecessarily hard. And to be forward of the elbows. It's just not so great for the joints to hold in that position anyways. This is another move where ankle weights are a great way to increase the challenge. If you're at the gym, you can also put a 5-pound weight plate right on your lower back. As long as it's not digging into your spine, just make sure that you're level, and then also to have a little bit of a challenge for extend it even more for your core. Okay, whew. Flip it back around and bicycle obliques. Also doing it circuit style and doing such intense exercises. These are more challenging. These are not beginner moves. This is intended more for advanced, beginner, intermediate, and then of course you can make it advanced by adding more resistance. Whew. I am getting some cardio in. Nice and warm. All right, let me see. Oh, this is the bridges. Squeeze. Push through the heels. Elevate the hips to the ceiling. Abs are engaged still. They're stabilizing while we work the back. You should feel it in your glutes, hamstrings. Not too much. You shouldn't feel it most in your lower back. If you're feeling it a lot in your lower back, you might want to make sure that you tip your hips a little bit in this direction. They might be over arched. And to add resistance to this, you might hold a dumbbell on your hips. Coming up to that Russian twist. So grab your medicine ball or dumbbell or nothing at all. This can still be a good challenge with that weight. Position that you want to be in for this one, you don't want to be rounding your back. You want to be leaning back just enough so you feel those abs engage nice and tight so that you know your transverse abdominals are on while you do your twist. All right, last move again for round 2, center, side, center. Center, side. Now this one, ankle weights can be on your ankles, but also on your wrists. You can also put the medicine ball underneath your heels and hold a dumbbell behind your head. Just be really careful to not give in to the temptation to pull on your neck. Really make sure this move is coming from your abs. Okay, again, this would be a point where you can take a 30 to 60 second rest, let the burning subside just a little bit, get your heart rate back down some, to prepare for round 3, final round of this part of the circuit. Okay. Leg raises. Round 3. We're gonna seal the deal now. Get our abs all burnt out and stronger. It feels like set 3 to me. Oh, okay. 5 seconds. Reverse crunch. Get your butt up off the floor and control it down with your abs. It's good to exhale as you're squeezing the muscle tight and inhale as you lower. But if you do the opposite, that is fine. Just make sure you keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. It can be tempting, especially on the way up, but it's not going to help you get the most out of the move. The other thing to think about is not only pushing your lower back into the floor, but pushing your belly button in towards your spine. So you want to train the abs the direction you want them to go. We want them to go in, right? So don't puff your belly out. Make sure that you're squeezing it in. Whew. Better flip. Time for planks. Do leg lifts. You can also go up and out and up and out. Get a little fancy. Whew. 55 seconds feels longer every time. It's a good challenge. All right, bicycle obliques. Let's do it. You want to make sure that your foot is flexed and you're pushing through your heel versus pointed toes for this one. Oh my goodness. Whew. I'm working hard too. Let's do it. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. Whew. That was good. Let's do those bridges. Kind of a little break for the abs. Kind of a stretch and stabilizing move. But we're still working. So keeping that heart pumping. It's a nice thing about doing things circuit style is you kind of get the cardio built in. I don't love slogging away on cardio equipment, so I like to use circuit strength training as a way to supplement my cardio. We're getting there, we're getting there. Whew. Okay, we've got our Russian twists. Let's go. Find that balance point, abs are engaged, and get that twist on top. Let's go, let's keep going. Fight for it. Oh gosh. Ooh, keep your form, keep your form. Almost there. Whew. All right. Last move of the circuit. Oh, let's get excited for center side center crunches. Oh. It's getting harder to get that tailbone up. Keep doing your best. Getting more tempting to pull on the head. Just slow it down. Keep that form. You want to train the muscle, not momentum. Slow and controlled will always get you better results and decrease the risk of injury. We don't want that. I am shaking. Ooh. Okay. Whew. All right, good job. So if that's enough for you, you can stop at this point. If that was too much for you, you can do less reps or less time. If you want more, let's do some more. I've got 2 more moves that will be unilateral, meaning doing your left and your right. If you're left-handed, I would recommend you do your non-dominant, so you do your right first, then your left. Whichever the harder side is, do that side first. If you don't make it through, like for example, if you can do 15 reps on my left leg, but I can do 20 on my right, I'm just going to do 15, 15. It's all about big into balance, and there's always going to be a disparity, but we want to work to bring that closer together. So the first move, and I'm going to be starting with my left side down. Move this over. It's going to be a side plank diamond, or clamshells is what they're also called. Okay. Let's do this. And 55 seconds is a long time for a unilateral move, but let's just see if we can do it. If you need to reduce the time down to 30 seconds, or if you're doing 20 reps on the other ones and you want to drop these down to 10, whatever is a good challenge for you, where you can keep your form, but you still really got to fight by the end. You're working your external obliques, also your hips. You should feel your gluteus medius, the side there. Wow, okay, let's flip it around. And let's get this side. This should be your easier side. The easier side meaning if you're right-handed, this side would be down. You're really working both sides because you're working this external oblique and this glute, but that's just my rule of thumb. turn and push through it. It's just mental. Your muscles can keep going longer than you think. All right, next move is going to be a glute, some people call them a donkey kick. But just like with the plank, you want to make sure that your hips stay level. You don't want to be moving out. That's going to take it out of the glutes where you want it, and it's also not going to be so great for your back. So you just want to squeeze that left glute, push the heel to the ceiling. This is another one where you can wear an ankle weight to give yourself a challenge. You can put a dumbbell in the back of your knee and squeeze it while you lift, or you can also use a mini band across the knee and behind the back knee of the leg that's working. But body weight is also just fine. Again, this is one where the abs are stabilizing. I'm getting a little bit of glute work. Glutes are part of the core. It's not just abs. Squeeze tight. Pushing the heel up to the ceiling. Look at me, I'm dropping my head. You want to have a nice neutral head, neutral neck. Squeeze that glute and push up. Just keep on going. Back to the side planks. So if you're right-handed, you want your left side down. Yeah, this bonus round is just 2 exercises, left and right. Ooh, I am shaken. I am warm. Getting stronger every rep. And this is another one where you can have a mini band just above your knees to add more of a challenge if you need more of a challenge. And besides the mini band, you can also hold a medicine ball or dumbbell or a weight plate up on this hip to give some more resistance. I kind of wanted to keep this right in the intermediate range. And if you don't want to have your hand on your hip, you can also touch your other shoulder with it. You can hold it up in the air. I like it right here. Whew. My muscles are saying, I can't. Mind over muscle. Keep pushing. Go, go, go. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Back to donkey kicks. Make sure you keep your shoulders pulled away from your ears. It's tempting to kind of sink in. You don't need that tension in your neck. That tension is energy. It's your energy. Send it down to that left glute. Squeeze. Squeeze. If you feel like your right leg, the stabilizing leg, is doing a little burning in the hips, mine are too. You're still working the other leg. as a stabilizer. Okay, tiny little sit back and back into position. Lift that glute. Or squeeze that glute. And the leg just goes as high as it goes due to the contraction of the glute. Not because you turn the hip out. This is another one where sometimes with clients I'll put a small weight plate right kind of top of the butt, lower back, just so you can feel that the hips are level. If the weight plate falls off to the side, you know that you're throwing your hips out of alignment, and that's not what we want. You get the most out of the glutes when your hips stay in line. All right, guys, one more on each side. All right, it's gonna be a tough one. We can do it. If you need to slow it down a little bit, slow it down a little bit, but just keep going as long as you're able to keep good form. If not, absolutely. Go ahead and rest. Make sure that you note what time or what rep you stop on the left side or the right side if you're left-handed, and just match it on the other side, even if you can do more on your stronger side. Balance, balance, balance is what I'm always going for. Almost there. Keep going. All right, other side, stronger side. Let's do it. Right up there. And this is another one where you don't want to throw your hip back. That will not feel good on the back or be any good for the back. Your hips want to stay level. You don't want this hop hip going back to get that leg out. So your range of motion will vary. Some people can only get this far, without the hip going out, and that's fine. Stay there. Stay in perfect form. Over time, as you get stronger, your range of motion will increase. And it will look more like this. We're getting there, we're getting there. Okay, all right. Donkey kicks, and then we're done. Let's go. Non-dominant leg first. You're gonna feel that right hip kind of burn because it is still working. It's stabilizing, just like your abs are, to keep your hips level. Make sure that your shoulders are pulled away from your ears. Feels good. Just imagine that booty lifting up off the hamstrings and staying there. All about defying gravity, getting stronger, keeping the booty high, keeping the core strong. Your core and your glutes are strong, your lower back's gonna thank you. Okay, let's sit back just for a second. 5 seconds actually. It's not a very long 5 seconds. Just really keep checking in with your form. Shoulders are away from the ears. Head and neck are neutral. Pushing through that heel. Squeezing the glute tight. Almost there. Okay, we did it. Like I said, once you have listened through all the cues and know the proper form, feel free to mute me if you don't need to hear me anymore. Put on some good music and just follow along. All right, thank you. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's free. And share this video with somebody who you think would love this workout as well. Thanks.